Hello, Sunshine Collective. I am so happy that you've joined me again today. I wanted to start off today with a quote. If you do good, people will accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Do good anyway. So I really like this quote because you know your true purpose. Nobody else does. And I think that something we all have a tendency to do is allow other people to stray us off our own path out of fear or ignorance to what we're supposed to be doing. And I think that it's important that when we know we're doing good, that's what matters. It doesn't matter what other people think or say or believe. So continue to do the good that you want to see in the world. Continue to be the light and the love for other people, even when they don't recognize it or see it in themselves. So I do want to talk about the curse of knowledge today. So the curse of knowledge is that when you are, let me actually give you the Google definition, our best friend, right? So the curse of knowledge is a cognitive bias that occurs when an individual communicating with other individuals unknowingly assumes that others have the background to understand. This is a bias that is also called by some authors the curse of expertise, although that term is used to refer to other phenomena. So I have this, totally guilty of this. And it actually has paralyzed me in the past, where I have learned so much about my profession or the things that I wanted to do in my life that I forget that other people don't quite understand me. And to the point where I don't know how to relate or talk to others in simplified manners because I don't know that they don't know. And it's a really weird paradox, right? One of the things that I have always wanted to do was to teach other people. It's why I started the podcast. It's why I started my business. And I felt very disassociated with my customer base to the point where it paralyzed me into creating content. Well, they already know all this. Why do I need to teach them? They already understand this. Why am I, why do I think I'm better than them? But in truth, a lot of my people, I've even had people on my massage table. In case most of you don't know, I own a massage therapy, wellness, and beauty in spa. I've had people on my massage table say to me, I'd really love to learn how to meditate. How do you meditate? And it caused this aha moment for me, like something that I do every day, something that is so simple for me at this point, because I've done the research to the point where I am going to be releasing meditation recordings, and it just never occurred to me that other people didn't know how to meditate. So that really got me thinking about what do I know? Where do I start? How do I go backwards from the beginning? So something that a lot of people on social media, when you're building a business or building, say you want to be an influencer or something like that, they always recommend to sort of start from that beginning point. Start from when you started. Don't start when you're knee deep in the project that you're doing. Start from the beginning. Get people following along on the journey with you, because oftentimes you'll forget where you started. So that's my bit of advice on that. I do have a story, which is called The Story of the Tappers and Listeners. It is a study based in Stanford University by Elizabeth Newton in 1990. They divided their study into two groups, the tappers and the listeners. Each tapper was partnered with a listener. They were told to tap out a well-known story like happy birthday, tap that rhythm on the table, and the listeners were asked to guess the name of the song. They first asked the tappers to predict how often the listeners would be able to guess the song. They expected the listeners would recognize the song about half the time. However, out of 120 songs tapped, the listeners only guessed 3 songs correctly. The problem was that the tappers could hear the melody in their head, but the listeners couldn't. The tappers' knowledge of the song caused them to miscalculate the listener's comprehension. So going back to the curse of that knowledge, right? We're miscalculating our listeners' comprehension. And this is so true and interesting to me. And it's just a bit of refreshing information that we can step back and say, oh, okay, so where do I start from the beginning? So hopefully this helped you today. I will be back on in the next few days. But until then, stay happy, stay healthy. Love you guys.